Recently, I put together a couple of videos from a Q&A that I did with Danny from Optimize My B&B, and it went down really well. You loved it, the comments and the messages that I got back. So I dug into my little archive and I managed to find another fantastic Q&A with Chris Taylor, who is an Instagram expert. These videos are going to be packed with information, so please do take note. They're short, sharp, to the point, but they will give you all the tools and the tactics that you need to make Instagram work for you and your hospitality business. So please do stick around. Before we get started, Uplisting are sponsoring this episode. Uplisting, fantastic PMS. They're guaranteed that you will never get a double booking. They are all about the direct bookings. They've recorded some really big numbers. They've got some fantastic people that I know quite well that rave about it. Shamil May down in Birmingham. We've got Ryan Luke, who's now using it up in Newcastle, Luke Holmes. So again, please do go check them out. boostly.co.uk/uplisting, UPLISTING. And without further ado, let's get on with today's lesson.
Creator Studio is a tool that I like. I use it. It's a cool little way to be on Facebook and Instagram at the same time. Now, I'm really interested to get your opinion on this because you're somebody who's very good at it. Now, number one, do you use Creator Studio? Yes or no? And number two, if not Facebook Creator Studio, do you recommend using a third-party software to publish content to Facebook and Instagram?
Having a blast, gonna get it on the Boostly podcast. Boostly like Bruce Lee, cause it's so hard and the T is loose leaf. Making up those rhymes, don't write it, just do it loosely. If you want my respect, you better put direct. Here are the words in the podcast, that's what comes next.
So if you have to schedule content, we use Creator Studio, yes. We use Buffer for LinkedIn scheduling, quite simply. But for Facebook and Instagram, we use Creator Studio. With third-party API, like in terms of the way that it integrates, Mark, you probably know this better than me, to be fair, but any external provider that isn't under Zuckerberg's control will automatically have a negative impact in your overall reach and impressions you get. So to name a few, Buffer, Hootsuite, Later, Plannerly, Sprout Social, Post-it, probably the top ones that come to my head. All of those will be having a negative impact on your overall reach. The reason why is because if you think about this from a creator of Facebook standpoint, the only thing that he cares about is you being on his platform. He wants you on there so he can post as many ads in front of your face as physically possible, because that's how he makes his money. So if you're leveraging that by using external applications, he will punish you for it, and they're smart enough to know when that happens. So that is a stat. You can compare it, post organically and post using a scheduling software, and your reach will be significantly reduced. It's around about a 35% reduction. And that's from the stats internally of our agency, of the clients that we work with. And what I would actually say is that even Creator Studio, there is a slight reduction. It's around about 15 to 20% of your overall reach that you get. Now, the reason why, again, is even though it's a Facebook purpose-built tool, you are still not on the platform posting. And they know it even further because you're using their tool to do it. So there's some, I don't know what it is, but there's obviously some sort of code in there. I've tested it over 250 different posts. And again, from using one account to the other, same content, the reach is significantly less. Now, you still need to leverage your time. Like, we realize that you can't be on social media at 7 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock in the evening every day to put your post live. If you can, great. Like, that'll be the best opportunity for you to do it. But at some point, you need to make the decision of, is it worth taking the 15 to 20% hit to have a bit of a life? For me, it is.
Whoa, having a blast, gonna get it on the Boostly podcast. Boostly like Bruce Lee, cause it's so hard and the T is loose leaf. Making up those rhymes, don't write it, just do it loosely.